What's up YouTube? I'm Z and this channel shows you the world through my lens. I hope this video goes smooth because this is the first time I'm trying to record something while I'm uploading something, and I don't know if my computer can handle it, but we're gonna find out. Okay, so Childish Gambino, one of my favorite artists. I've actually held off on hearing his two latest albums, Ada Vista and Bando Stone in the New World, because I was trying to look for an opportunity where I could do it on the channel now that I have a reaction channel. In the past, anything he drops, I'm on it. I'm a big fan. I actually was listening to his EP like the other day at the gym. Be Alone, Freaks and Geeks, that. So yeah, I'm a fan. But the reason I'm doing this, outside of doing the album reaction, word around town is he's dissing Drake. Now, from my understanding, he's thought about doing this before. I believe there was an interview where he said in This Is America, it was initially going to be a Drake diss. Now think about how crazy that is, considering how the Kendrick and Drake beef played out and how like a decent segment of the American hip hop community is basically treating Drake as an outsider. And the track that Childish Gambino or Donald Glover, was going to drop against Drake was going to be called This Is America. That's crazy. So he kind of already had this angle and already was thinking this stuff about Drake. But back then decided not to do it, went a different direction with This Is America. I also heard somewhere that Drake had an interview where he threw some shade about Donald Glover's music being overrated and how he doesn't deserve like the Grammys and stuff, something to that effect. So there is some tension, history. Okay, I just wanted to get that over with, that I do know some of those things. As far as this song goes, Yoshinoya, I did look up what Yoshinoya means because I was like, what the hell am I about to listen to? So apparently it's like a type of like rice bowl or beef bowl, which is interesting because if this is a diss and he called it Yoshinoya, which is literally a bowl of beef and rice, but beef, that would be pretty sick. The song title itself could be like a thing, right? Anyways, I'm going to try my best to catch as many lines as I can. I do have the genius lyrics here because I need them sometimes. I'm not that good. So let's check it out.
That's my brother, don't you know it? I stuck around like Yoshinoya, Stone Mountain Reed and the Sequoia. This my life, I must enjoy it. This my life, they bustin' for it. We don't hold back, we must move forward. Stay where you at, you're supposed to, boy. Niggas is fake, I won't ignore it.
Okay, if I'm looking at this from the lens where I'm trying to find this to be a Drake diss, there's two things that stand out to me right away. Stay where you're at, you're supposed to, boy. And the thing is, Drake calls himself the boy, right? Like that's one of his like most common nicknames. So right away, that's one thing that I'm noticing. He also said, dudes are fake, I won't ignore it, right? Yes, I'm trying to see if there was something else. Oh, and the other thing was his flow is interesting. His flow almost sounds like something that could be a Drake flow. So there could even be some mockery and imitation there in terms of the diss.
Stay where you at, you're supposed to, boy. Niggas is fake, I won't ignore it. I put your boy in the seat, you got your biz in the streets. I wash my hands when I eat, I never handle the key. I don't know no one BD, but they dependent on me. Niggas don't know where I'm at. I find your house on the app. People around you ain't slack. They plotting hard when you slack. They got a gun in your back.
Okay, let's pull that back. I'm going to pull this back a little bit here. Again, he said boy, but the boy in the seat, right? I could almost take that as like a disciplinary thing. Like, I don't know. I mean, that happened to me. Like if my dad was going to, never mind. We won't get into that. But I could take it that way. But he said, you got your biz in the street. We know right now with Drake's situation, that could definitely apply. All of his business is out in the open. Everyone's kind of discussing it. And I say everyone. I mean, I haven't talked about it since I've done my reaction videos, to be fair. But yeah, he said, I wash my hands when I eat. So you got your biz in the streets. I clean up after I'm done, so I don't have any dirt on me. I'm clean. He also said, I never handled a key, right? Like drugs. We know that about Childish Gambino's background, Donald Glover. And that's one of my favorite things about him, is that he doesn't pretend to be gangster and street and hood. He just is himself. And I love that about him. It's one of my favorite things, right? Okay, let me pull that. I already pulled it back.
I never handled a key. I don't know no one BD, but they depended on me. Niggas don't know where I'm at. I find your house on the app.
Because everyone can find Drake's house on Google, and then it's also now been like marked by a bunch of people to troll him about like sex offenders and all that stuff.
People around you ain't flat. They plotting hard when you slack.
People around you ain't slat. They plotting hard when you slack. This is interesting too, because again, he's addressing like the street cred thing, that you're trying to be something you're not, so you're fake. Going back to the chorus, dudes are fake, I won't ignore it. And then he's saying people are plotting hard while you slack. This is interesting because this was a part of Kendrick's angle as well, that the people around you are, plotting against you. They're not really on your side. So that's very interesting.
They got a gun in your back. This who you trust when you sleeping at night. I'm in the mirror, I see what I like. It is what it is, I'm right when I'm right. Fuck with my kids, you fuck with your life. You fucking these hoes, I'm fucking my wife. AK not silent like knife. Think he won't do it, I might. I gotta do what I like. I gotta.
Damn. Yo, he's going in. Again, okay. I'm not sure. No, some of these lines, because I was going to say, if other people hadn't said this was a Drake diss, if I listened to this just completely blank with no outside influence, would I have read into it being a Drake diss? But some of this stuff is kind of a little too obvious, I think, for it to not be, right? Okay, let's look at some of these lines right here. After he said, these people are plotting against you, they got a gun at your back, this is who you trust when you sleep in at night. That's crazy. Okay, F with my kids, you F with your life. Now, this is interesting because it's kind of like, okay, I want beef with you, but much like Kendrick, I'm down to do this beef on like us making songs against each other, but like keep my family out of it. And Kendrick kind of had like the same thing, I think for him, it wasn't going to go super dirty until Drake started, Bodyguard, Whitney. Yeah, I mean, that changed things. Kendrick's whole vibe changed after that. So I feel like Donald Glover, Childish Gambino is kind of, playing that same thing. You effing these hoes, I'm effing my wife. He's like, I'm a family man. You're still running around with all these chicks. But this part's dope right here. AK not silent like knife. AK, like literally the gun, is not silent. It's actually a very loud gun. A knife is silent, so not silent like knife. But AK Academics, that dude is also not silent. Obviously a huge backer of Drake, but then he's also had some interesting moments where he seemingly kind of flipped or said things that, I don't know, maybe he was trying to cover his own ass or something. But that goes with the whole, like, people are plotting against you. This is dense, guys. This is dense.
Like knife. Think he won't do it, I might. I gotta do what I like. That's my brother, don't you know it? Soup Elignon from Yoshinoya. Stone Mountain Breed and the Cassequoia. This is my life, I must enjoy it.
Okay, so there he says Soup Elignon from Yoshinoya. I actually do believe Yoshinoya is also a restaurant that serves those bowls, if I'm not mistaken.
My life, I must enjoy it. This is my life, they bust for it. We don't hold back, we must move forward. Stay where you at, you're supposed to, boy. Niggas is fake, I want it.
Beat switch.
This is a code red for old heads who never liked my short shorts and pro kids. Been a minute since he had to fit it on a notepad. I was busy building up the life that niggas don't have. Told me that the money make you lonely, it ain't so bad. Niggas jokes are so dad, but haven't seen their son in a month. Sold some apple stock to buy a farm, I needed to stunt. I told him.
Okay, so one thing that's for like certain for me at this point, after hearing this second part, I do think that the entire first part was like a satirical mockery also on Drake because of the flow he used. I listen to a lot of Childish Gambino. Like, I'm a huge fan because the internet, Camp, Kawhi, Awaken My Love. Like, I'm a fan, guys. The thing is, that flow was not super typical for him, right? So I actually think that he was kind of mocking Drake's flow in the way that he delivered that. This flow is more familiar for how he delivers. Like, a lot of this actually kind of sounds like the blueprint from the Because the Internet, the current flow that he's on. Look at some of the stuff he's saying too. This is very classic him. This is a code red for the old heads who never liked my short shorts, and like, you know, this is something he talked about a lot in his music. Y'all made fun of me because of the way I dress, because of the way I talk, because I'm not super black or super hood. Like, he's owned that for all of his music. So that's really dope. I do want to say this part right here was pretty funny. He said that his jokes are so dad. It's like dad jokes, which are typically like not super funny. They're just bad jokes. But haven't seen their son in a month. I mean, that's pretty direct.
I was busy building up the life that niggas don't have. Told me that the money make you lonely, it ain't so bad. Niggas jokes are so dad, but haven't seen their son in a month. Sold some Apple stock to buy a farm, I needed to stunt. I told him take the back end points, he wanted the front. Now his career's in a blunt. These rappers cosplay the industry Comic-Con, the industry evil people. Me and fam got a trauma bond. Drive like the...
Oh man, this dude's going in right now. Okay, look at some of these lines here. He said, I sold some Apple stock to buy a farm, I needed to stunt. I mean, he's just kind of like talking about like the image that people have to portray, right? Because right after that, he said, I told him to take the back end points, but he wanted to front. Okay? Like back end, front, that the juxtaposition there, but also front as in like pretend or like put up a front. Now his career's in a blunt. Yeah, after what Kendrick did, Drake is like, there's question marks right now. I do think he's the size of an artist that if he was to drop an album, it would still do incredibly well because he's just that big. But at the moment, especially with some of the features and stuff that he's done, there's a lot of question marks right now about Drake. Like, is this it? I don't know. I just feel like he's so big, it's going to take some time for him to fall, if you get what I'm saying. But the fact that he said he wanted to front, then he says these rappers cosplay the industry Comic-Con. Bro, that's a crazy metaphor. So dope. Man, I don't know what to tell you.
Fam got a trauma bond, drive like the Autobahn. Integrity whore, say what I mean, apologize if I didn't, or clarify if it's written in stone. Freak it and leave it alone, give it time. Let the truth come to light, let them catch up. Niggas peeping like damn, he was right. Rather have my foot on their neck than they hand on the mic. Rather die a good man with a bad wife. These niggas almost 50 and they dressing like a hype beast. Used to get the...
Yeah, I mean, that's something else. Like the some of the posts that have come out and the way Drake has been dressing lately, I'm just kind of like, bro, I don't know, man. Look, everybody lived their own life. I don't want to judge, but like that line again just makes it seem like it's pretty obvious what we're talking about. I mean, Drake's what, is he like 40 at this point? I don't even know his actual age. But yeah, like almost 50, dressing like a hype beast. That's definitely something that could be applied to Drake. Rather die a good man with a bad wife. Hey man, I respect that. I'm on that same path. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, look, he's going in right now. This is nice. I'd rather have my foot on their neck than their hand on a mic.
Man with a bad wife. These niggas almost 50 and they dressing like a hype beast. Used to get the peach milkshake and add the 8-piece. White boy throwing dirt on my name for the think piece.
Damn. Used to get the peach milkshake and the 8-piece. That feels like maybe bro, what's the restaurant the fast food chain that has the peach milkshake? I can't remember right now, but it's interesting that he put the peach milkshake and the 8-piece, and then he said white boy throwing dirt on my name. I almost wonder if the choice of saying peach milkshake and the 8-piece, like maybe 8-piece like chicken or like that's typically what you get pieces of. Peach milkshake seems like a really white thing. Chicken is stereotypically a black thing. So it could be like this line about mix, because then he immediately went to white boy throwing dirt on my name for the think piece. Interesting.
The peach milkshake and add the 8-piece. White boy throwing dirt on my name for the think piece. Checks off, death, murder, and pain leave you empty. I curse you with that knowledge. Put their hands on a woman for the clout, but said I'm wildin'. Death before dishonor on my mom like Kiki Palmer. I'm allergic to the drama. You saw me and Tyler. I'm allergic to this.
That's funny. The line before that, death before dishonor on my mom like Kiki Palmer. I don't know, but I do think Kiki Palmer's like recently become a mom, so I feel like maybe that's the reference there. Maybe she has some domestic abuse as well, because there could be a reason why he chose her specifically for that line. Because right before that, he said, "Put the hands on a woman for clout." I'm allergic to the drama. You saw me and Tyler. They did a performance together, and I believe I saw the video. Tyler said something. Tyler, the creator, said that he didn't like Childish Gambino until he heard "Earn" from Because the Internet. And he said something like, "How could somebody I hate be so good or make something so good," or something like that. So that's dope. Not about the Donner, you saw me. Not about the drama, you saw me and Tyler. That's definitely what that's referencing.
I'm allergic to the drama. You saw me and Tyler. I'm allergic to this rap shit. Made a song but spent more time writing the caption. I'm an actor, you can put that on set. I'm about that action. My tweets all lowercase. I saw these niggas capping.
That's fire, yo. Oh my gosh. Made a song but spent more time writing the caption. Talking about like spending more time on posting stuff on like social media and stuff. And that's interesting too, because he's not super active on social media until he's got to like promote something. Like he's kind of just like, I feel like he tries to go for that mysterious figure vibe, you know what I'm saying? And then when he's going to do something, then it's like super active. So I feel like that's a shot on that. He said, "I'm an actor." He's a very good actor, by the way. "I'm an actor. You can put that on set. I'm about that action." So those are all acting and filming, references in that scheme. But it could also work with like, "I'm about that set." That could be a gang type of thing. So he could be taking shots again. Like, you're also an actor, and you're like, when I say I'm put that on set, I'm about that action, I'm talking about my job as an actor. When you do it, you're acting and pretending to be about the gang life. I feel like you could take it that way.
Homegirl said you was stalk action. My tweets all lowercase. I saw these niggas capping.
I saw these dudes capping, like they're lying, but caps lock versus his are all in lowercase.
That on set, I'm about that action. My tweets all lowercase. I saw these niggas capping. My homegirl said you was stalker, so we ain't dapping. I ain't see you, man. What happened? Man.
My homegirl said you a stalker.
Homegirl said you was stalker, so we ain't dapping. I ain't see you, man. What happened? Man, the blog era overtaking all our stars. My favorite spot was about to close, so I made some calls. Bitch, nigga, eat a dick and doggy bag the balls.
Eat it and doggy bag the ball? Oh my god.
You've never heard of Shaka Khan? What are they teaching you in school?
Hey man, I do have to say that, look, that song, let me see, what do we got here? 10 days, 575,000 views. Look, that song has no chance of being a big song, and I'll tell you why. Because even though it's got like, it's a Drake diss, and like, I think that it wasn't direct enough. Like, I feel like people have to be able to pay attention to lyrics and know some references to catch stuff. But that's also why reaction and breakdown channels are here, because I think it helps people catch things that maybe they wouldn't catch. I'm definitely going to watch Knox Hill because to me, he's the guy that catches everything. So now that I've listened to it, I can go watch his. But you know, the thing is that with Childish Gambino, he's like an artist first. Notice the beats and kind of the vibe that was created from the beat switch, some of the craziness that was going on at the end. That's very him, you know? And I feel like a lot of people don't get it or don't like it. Maybe it's not even about getting it. Like, it might just not be your preference. It's just he's always so interested in like making sure that he's still making art, even if he wants to talk about something. I love this dude, man. He's one of my favorites for sure. Let me know. Hopefully I did a good job. This is a long reaction, so I hope I caught everything. But if I didn't catch something, please definitely let me know down below. I'd love to know. If you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.